Well, thank you so much for tuning in this hour. I am Tabitha Lipkin. A busy day for Donald Trump with a big shakeup in his campaign, a visit to Louisiana, and a campaign rally in Michigan. One America's Rachel Roboto details his Friday on the campaign trail. And Donald Trump's running mate Mike Pence starts his weekend off at the Iowa State Fair in Des Moines. Pence, who visited the fair with Iowa's governor, said that attending the iconic site was something on his bucket list. What I think is interesting is they really did a good job, and I think you guys will agree. They kept them in line. They really wanted to get to a lot of topics and do everything that they could. Now, both of these moderators, of course, very experienced in their field. Martha especially, her focus is Veterans Affairs. To our national headlines, 20 past the hour, 4 people are dead and several others are injured after a truck rolls off San Diego's Coronado Bridge, landing 60 feet below in a crowded park. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu summons the U.S. ambassador to Israel in order to clarify matters over the UN Security Council resolution condemning Israeli settlements. This after Netanyahu publicly criticized President Obama, echoing complaints from many GOP lawmakers. Well, this week, CW6 teamed up with the California Earthquake Authority to make sure that you, your family, and your home are prepared. Carlos Correa shows us some of the things that you should keep on hand. Parts of western Michigan face extensive damage after severe storms hit the state on Saturday afternoon. A number of homes had their roofs ripped off while power lines and trees were knocked down. And a big thing, of course, is that immigration is tied to terrorism right now, as it's a global issue, and he keeps hammering home the policies that he wants, the policies he doesn't want. It's about vetting these people and knowing where they're coming from and knowing what their intentions are. Welcome back. At 45 past the hour, the Chinese government is planning to expand the country's high-speed rail network to span more than 18,000 miles by the year 2020. Deadly flooding continues to ravage Louisiana. A flood warning is in effect for the Baton Rouge area until late this afternoon, and several schools are closed while cleanup continues and repairs can finally be made. 2 American prisoners who were held captive in Yemen are now free in the country of Oman after being imprisoned by Yemeni Houthi rebels. Gavina Garai has more on the details of their release. To our international headlines, 28 past the hour, the president of the Philippines threatens to leave the United Nations after the organization urges the country to change its anti-drug policies. Florida officials are taking extra precautions after 5 new Zika cases were confirmed in the southern part of the state. Now, during a news conference on Friday, officials said that they are confident in the city's efforts to combat the disease. The Russian Defense Ministry says all 92 people on board of a Russian military plane that crashed into the Black Sea are dead. Thank you, Trey. The CEO of Lockheed Martin tells Donald Trump that she is committed to cutting costs on the company's F-35 fighter jet, one day after Trump tweeted about the jet's high price. And who's the most interesting person you've sat next to on a plane?
Well, this story will quack you up.
An author is facing backlash after suggesting that non-pregnant women should get their own version of maternity leave. One America's Haley Raffner has more on how people are responding to the idea of me-ternity. It's great there to see him with Sylvia Earle, who of course is a pioneer in marine conservation. Well, with that, we're out of time for this hour of One America News. I am Tabitha Lipkin. You can follow me on Twitter at Tabitha Lipkin or follow One America News at OANN. Also visit our website, OANN.com, but don't go anywhere. More headlines are coming up next. Thank you so much for watching.